I just wanted to make a video response to Komikero's video about his experiences during the martial law years and time of Ninoy Aquino and Cory Aquino. Now that President Cory Aquino has passed away, and I also wanted to share some of my own experiences growing up around that time, 70s, 80s. Just like Jerry Komikero, I too am a martial law baby, and I grew up under martial law, and I grew up with all that turmoil and protests and all that stuff going on. And for me, that was the norm. That was normal, because I was growing up, and martial law was the way it should be, or so I thought. Because I was young, I was a kid, I didn't know better. Then in 1983, I remember coming home from school, passing through what was then known as the Makati Commercial Center, which is the Glorieta now. And I remember this guy, young guy, about my age, maybe a little bit older, college age. He was passing out flyers, and he gave me this flyer, and I saw a flyer about welcoming Ninoy Aquino at the airport, because he was about to arrive the next day, and he asked me if I could come to the airport and show my support. But at the time, I didn't even know who Ninoy Aquino was, and I just didn't give it a second thought. And then, of course, the next day, at the airport, Ninoy Aquino was assassinated, and that's when I started really thinking about who he was and what he meant to this country, and why he was exiled, and why he decided to come back, and that lit the fire in me. I mean, that assassination lit the fire inside. And then in '86 is when, in '86 it all came to a head, as Jerry said. The People Power Revolution, EDSA. I went to EDSA during the revolution and joined all the people there. Me and some friends of mine. I just wish I could have brought a camera and taken the picture. There was somebody there, a priest, who was taking pictures, and he snapped a picture of us, me and my friends, on EDSA during the revolution, and I am desperately looking to get a copy of that picture. So if you're out there, Father, if you have a picture in your file of 4 young people, 2 really handsome guys and 2 really good looking girls, one of the guys going like that, and if you could somehow contact me, because I want a copy of that picture. So anyway, that was '86, and of course Marcos was ousted during that People Power Revolution, and but I never got to actually, unlike Jerry, I never was fortunate enough to actually meet Tita Cory, Corazon Aquino, before, during, or after her presidency. The only time I got to meet her in person was in 1986, about 7 months after the revolution. I lived in the Washington, D.C. area, and then one day we learned that Corazon Aquino was going to Washington to speak before Congress. So we decided, me and some of my family, to go meet her and cheer for her. So there we were at the mall. I remember waiting with a lot of other Filipinos at the mall, the National Mall, not a shopping mall. This is in Washington, D.C. And I remember her helicopter coming down, touching down for landing, and then door opens, and there she is in her yellow dress, waving to us, and before boarding her limo to go up to the hill, Capitol Hill, to make her speech, which is now one of the most historic speeches in the Capitol Hill history. And so those are my lasting memories of Tita Cory. And when she passed away a few days ago, I was really saddened by it, because I was always a big supporter of her, and I knew without her, as Jerry said, the Philippines today would be very, very different from what it is now. The freedoms that the young people take for granted today, the ability to say what they want and do what they want and blog about whatever they want, that wouldn't have been possible without President Cory and Ninoy Aquino. And I'm sure all Filipinos are grateful for what she did, and I'm one of them. So thank you for listening. Thank you for Jerry for letting me respond with my own video about my own experiences. So thank you. Thank you to Cory and Aquino.